Hey Sunshine! So today's video is going to be very different because it's the first time that I am talking in front of the camera, and it's weird. But there's been some recent news lately about this underpass in Manila City called Lagusnilad Underpass. It's recently been renovated. There's a lot of comments. People on Twitter have been going back and forth. They're very emotional. They're very invested in what's transpired when Manila inaugurated the whole thing and showed everybody what they did in the months of renovation works that followed. So I don't know why I'm doing this. Why am I doing this? Okay, so a bit of background. The Lagusnilad Underpass in Manila, near Manila City Hall, it fell into decay, much like most of public infrastructure. You guys agree with me on that, right? Most infrastructure, if not all, are So anyway, this August, I think a day or two ago, they unveiled the finished product, or mostly finished product. So I think from articles I've read, August 16 was when they released images of renders of the underpass. Once it's done, that's how it'll look like. I'll also post the articles in the description box below so you know the sources that I have for this. Okay, when I first saw the renders, I was like, oh, you're renovating it. Oh, okay, it's you know, it's okay. I don't like the outside that much. I think the exterior design could have been a lot better. I didn't have high hopes that this would be done in the exact same way as the renders. Most renders don't often turn out the way it's intended to turn out because of a lot of different factors. A lot of things happen from the time it's designed to the time it's being constructed, to the time of completion. There's a lot of things that go on in the process. So most of the time, especially with public infrastructure, it never happens like that. There's always a lot of compromise. So yeah, I did like the interiors a bit. They look like it's designed as if it was sort of an entrance to a museum, or like it's a mini museum of sorts. They did collab with the National Commission for Culture and the Arts, for the NCCA, which is really great. I don't know why I'm doing this video. The thing that I like is that it says that Books from Underground, which is the famous thrift bookstore that was located in the underpass, that was removed because the renovation works had to start. People were initially angry over that because they didn't want the guys running the bookstore to be out of business, but according to the articles I've read, the bookstore will be the only store that is allowed to operate inside the underpass. I don't know about the other vendors, but it's good that they have at least this one. So according to the CNN article in August 16, the redesign of the underpass was done by architect Antonio Toledo. But if you look at articles from August 24th, it says designed by UST alumni, mainly architect Juanito Malaga, who I think is a professor at UST, I'm not sure. UST grads John Valerina, Sean Ortiz, and Leon Tuazon in collaboration with the Department of Engineering and Public Works. So I'm not sure if there were changes or maybe they were all part of the same team. I don't have other articles or reference. I don't know. I haven't dug deep into this. I'm not like, oh my gosh, let's research everything. Let's see everything. No. I'm just, again, I don't know why I'm making this video. I'm looking at the finished product, and outside it's more subdued than I thought it would be, which is okay, I guess. I didn't like the exterior, as I said, so it's more subdued, especially from afar, which I think is fine. I haven't seen night photos from outside, so that is a major factor that should be considered, because this place is very dark and a lot of cars, and it's very dangerous still. It's the thought that counts. That's like, okay, it's the thought that counts. You did something, it actually looks really decent for what it is. It's not colored blue or red or whatever other paint that's sponsored by this paint brand. You've seen it too. It's good. They use architects, which is great. I like it. It looks like a mini museum, and it turned out pretty good. I don't really have qualms about this. The thing that people are talk about on Twitter is the use of Baybayin scripts next to the signs. People have opinions. Personally, I don't care, because again, I just love that they are able to actually do something, and do something pretty decent. Not best, obviously. I've seen a lot better, but in all fairness, it's decent. It's fine. I think from an aesthetic standpoint, it's great. Because again, it looks like signages at museums where they put in a little bit of history and everything, and there's that purpose for highlighting what used to be. Not really comprehensible, because nobody knows how to read Baybayin, and it's pretty small compared to the signs, but it's great aesthetics. Now, would I get worked up about this? No. I don't have to react to every little thing, which is pretty ironic that I'm reacting right now. The point of this video is just to basically say, let's just focus on bigger issues. I don't know. I don't know why I'm reacting to this. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I just think that there were worse things to argue about and spend our time and energy on. But maybe they asked NCCA, and NCCA was like, okay, let's do it. I don't know. I don't know what the architects thought as well. I don't know if it was an initial proposal or if this was added onto it. If this was a change order or a revision, I don't know. This whole thing is pretty fresh, so maybe in the future we'll get more explanations out of them, but for now, that's all we get, the pictures and their assumptions. But have you ever seen public space get this facelift that way? I have not. This is 100% better than all the other public space renovations and construction works that people have done. Have you seen every other underpass or overpass or highways or whatever? Like, so bad. So this is fine. Obviously, we can do better. We can always do better. We should always strive to do better. Just because they did this doesn't mean it's just, we just copy paste it onto everything else. Obviously not. You get this out there, take the criticism, get the suggestions, and do better next time. Actually, a bigger issue would probably be the lack of access for PWDs. That's something that's lacking in general in public infrastructure in the Philippines. Have you seen ramps on sidewalks? And have you seen sidewalks? Not great. It should have had ramps or an elevator to help people with disabilities get from one place to another. Braille is always missing. Yeah, if you're gonna focus on an issue, let's just focus on that. That would be a bigger thing that anybody could use as constructive criticism for any project. So obviously, there's a code, DB344, but obviously it doesn't really get implemented. So if you're gonna get irked up about something for this project, get irked up about not having enough or any PWD access points. Designing for your PWD is so challenging, but we should be designing for them. We should be more considerate of the end users that are going to be using the spaces, and it's always going to be, and it always should be about the end users, and that means all the users, not just the majority. When it comes to public space, you got to think about every single person, even if it's just one person in a wheelchair using this. You gotta have considerations for that person. I'm sure there's gonna be elderly people having to just gonna go up the stairs again. Just because that's what they're used to doesn't mean that that should be the normal. And the purpose of this is to make things easier for people, make life a little bit easier, because life is hard enough, especially during the pandemic. I hope you guys are okay, by the way. I don't want to really react to this because I have so many other things to think about, as we all do, right? There's so many bigger issues out there, especially during this tumultuous time. I just want to focus my energy on more important things. I think we should all focus our energy on more important things. I don't know, maybe talking about this too much sort of drowns out the bigger issues, the bigger problems that we have. So, you know, for things like this, I don't know, let's just count the good. Let's just keep it light, because everything else is dark and we need a little bit of light out there. I just want to put it out there that we don't need to react to every single thing. At least that's what I do. It's for my mental health, because if I react to every single thing and don't keep my emotions in check, I would probably crash and burn. And in the pandemic, it's so easy to crash and burn. You're stuck at home anyway, so you're left with your thoughts all the time. Chill for a sec. Think about what you're going to post. Think about what you're really reacting to. Are you being overrun by your emotions? It just reminds me a little bit of this verse from the Bible, from James 1 verse 19. It says, "My dear brothers and sisters, take note of this. Everyone should be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to become angry." So a lot of the time, people are controlled by emotion, and people are like, oh, let's type this thing, or tweet this, post that, not entirely thinking about the rationality of everything, whether or not this actually helps or doesn't. And more often than not, if you're just reacting to something, it does more harm than good. Think about what you're going to post, and really think about what you're going to say. Just be being on a more positive side of things, you know. There's so much darkness in this world already that it's up to us to also spread a little bit of light, and hopefully I did that. I don't really know what I did, but the goal of this channel, of me doing things on YouTube, is to spread a little bit of light. Let's be positive about things, and let's spread light. Be each other's light in the dark. We have to lift each other up, and sometimes we just gotta point out the good instead of the bad, and focus on moving forward. If you like the video, please like and subscribe. I'm very new. I'm very, very new to this, but I don't know. I'm enjoying it. It's fun. It's weird still, but I'm getting a little bit used to it already. Yeah. Check out my other videos. I have posted a few. I hope to do more things that are positive and light and help spread some more sunshine. That's why I say hey sunshine, or write hey sunshine. I just want to help spread some positivity in this world, because we're obviously in darker times, and It's very easy to stay stuck in the dark, but you know, His mercies are new every morning, and we just gotta let the sun shine.